Irish guy and stop. Just stop! Yeah, I sound like a manic lollipop lady. And actually, I feel like this is a bit like Back to the Future 4. And I'm arriving back from the year 2025 to let everyone know that all this hype of Mykhailo Mudryk is just wet apple pie. I seem to be the only one here who's actually got their brains sellotaped in their head, because everyone else are losing their minds about this kid. We are at a point now where both Arsenal and Chelsea are scrapping over a 21-year-old winger who Shakhtar Donetsk value at 100 million euros. And you just know, either the Gunners or the Blues, they're gonna pay it. I feel like I have to warn somebody. I mean, this is like watching a sweet old grandma being asked for her credit card details by a stranger off the internet. No, you're gonna want to knock that laptop before she sells her house to Bob, that weird guy who's banned from parking outside schools. Mykhailo Mudryk is, 21 years old, has 8 caps for Ukraine, and at the start of last season was valued by Shakhtar Donetsk at £1 million. Apparently Donetsk have since said that this guy is one of the top 5 wingers in the world. But I mean, of course they're going to say that. He's an asset they're trying to sell. I mean, right now, I've got a toilet that won't flush. I mean, the whole bathroom just thinks of Russell Brand's hair. But I mean, if I'm selling that on eBay, then I'm gonna pretend it's a ceramic antique. If Mudryk is really this good, do you not think he'd be in a Ukraine squad for Euro 2020? I mean, that was a team where a broken West Ham toy like Andrei Yarmolenko was the star. I'm telling you, if a footballer has an insanely quick glow up overnight, don't trust it. In the same way you should have never trusted Charlotte to sell any CDs. I mean, it was only a year ago that Brentford were trying to sign this boy, but something that might alarm you, that might throw damp wet cheese all over the deal, was that he was their plan B after Nottingham Forest refused to give them Brennan Johnson. Mudryk was Brentford's second choice after an overrated Welsh G-string with the end product of a melting snowman. I mean, considering he's British, you just know Johnson's going to be overvalued. I mean, come on. His middle name's Price.
With all due respect, I will definitely not be moving to Brentford, he told Sport Arena. They're a mid-table Premier League side that doesn't compete in European Cups. For me, the most important thing is the Champions League.
Does he not hear himself speak? Clearly, he's just another up-and-coming kid with the ego of Posh Spice. How is he going to accept spending time on Arsenal's bench? Because I can tell you right now, there's no way he's better than Gabriel Martinelli. The fact he was staring down his nose at a Premier League job like Brentford, he sounds about as likable as Justin Bieber flexing his Rolex at the gym.
It's not the Ukrainian Neymar, it's the Ukrainian Modric. This sounds better, he told CBS Sports. Modric is a top player and one of the best players of all time.
Oh, come on, I'm sorry, but who does he think he is? If someone compares you to Neymar, you don't correct them. You smile and say, thank you. Don't just list another player who suits you better. I mean, it would be like if someone compared me to, I don't know, Jackmate. And I instead say,
No. If anything, I'm more like Jimmy Carr.
No. It's a compliment you don't deserve. Stop it. Stop talking now. By the way, if you're new here, then slap that big fat red subscribe button, you absolute legends. Okay? Trying to get to 200k as soon as possible. Absolute legends, every one of you. Back into the video. Chelsea and Arsenal fighting over a winger. You know they did this last summer over Rafinha. And again, it was essentially just Todd Bowley trying to copy Arsenal's homework, peering over their shoulder to see who was top of their shopping list. Yeah, since then, Rafinha has been written off as a big money Barcelona flop. I mean, they're apparently trying to sell him and replace him with Wilfried Zaha on a free. I mean, lads, Chelsea are a club who were contemplating whether or not to pay Everton £50 million for Anthony Gordon. Someone who just looks like the 5th Weasley child. I mean, right now they're on the verge of paying over £100 million for Enzo Fernandez, a guy who Benfica bought for just £8 million in June. Chelsea in the transfer market are about as savvy and clever as James Bond with Dementia. Although, isn't that just Daniel Craig in Knives Out? What is all this fuss about? Mudryk can dribble. Sure. I can dribble. I mean, it's easy when you're playing against defenders with wonky feet. But yeah, I can dribble. My grandma can dribble. Admittedly, it's only when she's passed out whilst watching Hollyoaks. But Mudryk, is everyone already gassing him up because he scored against Celtic in the Champions League? I mean, is it because he's got a nice YouTube highlights package? Lads, I'm gonna tell you this. Take it from me. Scouting footballers on YouTube is not as clever as looking for a wife in Sunderland. Yes, the Mudryk compilation packages look pretty and nice. Really wholesome. Like watching a trailer for a Disney film. All those step-overs make you feel fuzzy inside. But everyone, look at this video. Remy Cabana's clips of Montpellier. It's only got 1.9 thousand views, but I promise you, at least half of those were me when I was absolutely drooling over this guy's feet about 10 years ago. Oh yeah, back then you would probably just watch YouTube for dancing cats, Ed Sheeran songs, or to see KSI eating peanut butter off the floor. But me, I was just watching clips of this guy in League On. He was everything Mudryk was and more. The stepovers, the nutmegs, the close control, the incredible goals. I would go out to play five-a-side and pretend I was him. Then he does move to the Premier League, and suddenly, the guy who looked like the French Neymar was just instead some underweight, useless teddy bear in a Newcastle shirt, one silent goal all season long. But lads, don't trust footballers on YouTube. Just don't do it. I promise you, no. Someone should have told Dennis Wise that in 2008. But everyone is lying to this boy.
For me, Mudryk is the best player in Europe in his position, Shakhtar director Dario Srna said recently. After Mbappe and Vinicius Jr., I don't see a third player other than Mudryk in this position in Europe. Mudryk has crazy potential.
Yeah, this translates to me as...
Oh, hey everyone! Look at this shiny new toy we've got! It's real good, honest! Please give us lots of money!
Ozzy, this is like me trying to sell a pencil case and pretending it's an iPod. Mudryk, the third best winger in Europe. Oh, give me strength! He's got 13 career goals to his name. 13! Dario Srna is essentially saying that his client is better than Neymar, Salah, even Son Heung-min. He's saying he's better than Messi. Lads, if I'm an Arsenal scout, I would sooner be eyeing up Alisson Maximin or Ademola Lookman. I mean, don't laugh at me. He's got 7 goals in 15 games for Atalanta. He's a good player. But this will just be like when Arsenal bought Andrei Arshavin. Oh, back then the guy's hype was untouchable. But unlike Mudryk, he was actually an international star. I mean, he just chewed up Holland at Euro 2008 as Russia reached the semi-final. But again, buying from these faraway leagues, it's a risk, especially when they're playing on plastic pitches. I mean, he also came in January, and he had some nice moments in an Arsenal shirt, but he was mostly an overpaid flop. But it's fine, I mean, he only got £16 million. I mean, Tottenham had just paid more for David Bentley, someone who's going to retire at 29. Lad, Shakhtar Donetsk are a Brazil factory. Of the 22 most expensive players they've ever sold, 15 were Brazilian ballers. Listen, I'm not saying don't buy from Shakhtar Donetsk. I'm not sitting here saying it's the equivalent to buying cat food from a caravan. No, I mean, Willian would have been a perfect Arsenal buy in 2013, but buying from this division, it's a risk. Mudryk is an exciting winger for Shakhtar Donetsk who's ripping up European football, right? Yeah, so is Henrik Mkhitaryan. And guess what? Stuff him in an Arsenal shirt, and it was like watching a monkey try to swim. He had all the stamina of a fat barista who eats pizza 3 times a day. Mudryk is the type of hipster, new kid on the block face who probably causes everyone to excitedly wee themselves in the Football Daily office. Sure, but he's done absolutely nothing in the sport other than score a worldie past Joe Hart. Yes, Shakhtar want at least £88 million. To me, this screams of Yevhen Konoblanka or Konoblank. I don't know how to say his name. Doesn't matter now. I don't need to know his name because he's probably serving donuts at Pizza Hut. But yeah, Yevhen Konoblanka. Yeah, I mean, just like the words Leona Lewis, those are 2 words you probably have not thought of in at least 7 years. But remember when he was a lightning quick Dnipro superstar? Yeah, Liverpool and Brendan Rodgers were frothing over a £15 million deal. They were so transfixed, so obsessed with signing this man that they literally just watched Chelsea sign Mo Salah unopposed that same week. I mean, as soon as the Egyptian wound up at Stamford Bridge, I think Rodgers probably just shrugged his shoulders, ate another bowl of Nesquik, and sent Dnipro another annoying email. They didn't get him, and he instead moved to Sevilla, and the next time Liverpool saw him, he was an unused substitute against them in the Europa League final, and was soon sold to Schalke. Yeah, the guy's now 33, playing in Poland, and has had a career about as impressive as a bag of monkey teeth. Jack Grealish has ruined the sport, because apparently Shakhtar are using both him and Anthony as benchmarks to drive up the price, because apparently Mudryk is better than both. But no, we need to say stop. Just because a club is asking for an insane price doesn't mean you have to pay it. The Arsenal accountants should still be licking their wounds after agreeing to give Lille £72 million for Nicolas Pepe 3 years ago. I mean, ironically enough, Nice actually flirted with the idea of buying Mudryk in the summer, and they decided to choose Pepe instead. Lads, Mudryk was on their same shopping list as Joe Bryan, Aaron Ramsey and Ross Barkley. What does that tell you about Eminem? Lads, 70 million plus signings don't work in the Premier League. Kepa Arrizabalaga, Nicolas Pepe, Jadon Sancho, Romelu Lukaku, Harry Maguire, Anthony, Romelu Lukaku again, Paul Pogba, Jack Grealish. None of them really worked. I mean, to be fair, there is still time for Anthony, but honestly, in Premier League history, only Virgil van Dijk has been worth more than £70 million. Imagine making a 21-year-old child the 3rd most expensive transfer in Premier League history, and the 10th most expensive transfer of all time. Lads, he'll be level on the list with Cristiano Ronaldo when he joined Juventus for £88 million. You know, weeks after winning his 5th Champions League. Where is football heading? There should be a rule. No player who was just burst out of the sea inside just 1 year should ever be worth more than 40 million quid. You can't make this guy one of the most expensive transfers of all time when nobody really knows who he is. I mean, sure, 3 years ago he was playing for Arsenal, yes, Arsenal Kiev, and he didn't do anything. I mean, right now everyone is pouring through internet clips of this guy, and yeah, I feel like the evil Santa Claus. I feel like I'm ruining the Mudryk party. I mean, you're all probably scanning through YouTube to find world-class clips of this guy, so to see this negative thumbnail, yeah, I've ruined your party. I'm like that one annoying guy standing at the back of a screening for Avatar 2 with all the other nerds excitedly dressed in blue, and me, I'm just standing at the back shouting out loud that the film was actually more boring than watching my nan sleep. I mean, lads, I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who thinks that Glass Onion Knives Out was a 2-hour waste of time. I'd have been better off watching Harry and Meghan on Netflix. But I'm sorry, there has to be someone who calls out this entire Mudryk saga for the farce that it actually is. If Arsenal paid this money, they've got the brains of turkey milk. I mean, on one hand, I understand why Chelsea want Mudryk. I mean, he is such a Graham Potter buy. This man is the ultimate hipster footballer. I mean, again, there's probably a framed photo of this guy in Chris Hamill's fridge. I mean, the ginger one probably thinks of Eminem when he's having his morning bath. Roberto De Zerbi is former Shakhtar coach. He's a guy who thinks that Mudryk will one day win the Ballon d'Or. So Mudryk, if he goes to Chelsea, he'll have played under both De Zerbi and Potter before he turns 22. The two biggest hipster coaches in the sport. Surely, I mean, that would force Mudryk to take up a vegan diet and just frequent various London cat cafes to order his imported tea leaves whilst reading of Mice and Men. He's a hipster. A hipster buy, just like Conor Bianco was. Potter will be absolutely drooling over a potential Mudryk bid. Sure, but the kid isn't worth the cash. No way, 100 million euros. You know what sort of pressure that's going to thump on his shoulders? I mean, Jack Grealish was 26 and didn't deal with the price tag well. And even he wasn't even having to move leagues. Mudryk has played less than 50 games. If Mudryk was this good, would he really have spent last summer begging to join Bayer Leverkusen? You know, a team where even the likes of Leon Bailey outgrew. A team who couldn't even hold on to Demarai Gray for more than 6 months. And again, Leverkusen chose to overlook Mudryk and sign Callum Hudson-Odoi instead. There is a mystique to buying players from these mysterious foreign leagues. I get that, but it's a weak division too. Are we 100% sure that Anthony Gordon, if he was playing for Shakhtar Donetsk, wouldn't be producing these highlight reels too? Yes, he's mysterious, but honestly, wait until we watch him up close in the Premier League. He is going to be about as underwhelming as toenail soup. Anyway, that's what do you let me know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. How good is Mudryk? Let me know. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while.